Hey, so I had different plans for this week's video, but as it turns out, I just didn't feel like posting it. I just feel like we maybe needed to just take a break. We need to just enjoy the things around us. So here's my family. Well, right now it's just my hunky bearded husband and our cow and our golden retriever. As I was sitting here last night watching them play, I knew I needed to take a memory. Take a moment to capture this memory so that I can remember it forever. It's times like this that I sometimes get overwhelmed with this emotion of thankfulness and gratefulness and just intense love for my family. What you can't see here is that my kids are off playing in the mud and making a mess and riding bikes and dragging things across the gravel. I'm so grateful for the life I have. 2 years ago, heck, 1 year ago, I wasn't really sure if we would ever have moments like this anymore. You see, in October of 2018, my husband fell off of a grain dryer. He fell really far. He fell so far that he broke both of his heels. They call it a parachute fall. Parachute break? I don't know, but it only happens with people who fall from high heights. He fractured both of his heels as though they were watermelons. At the time, I was almost 8 months pregnant, and I was terrified. I was terrified that my husband would never walk again. I was terrified because on the way to the hospital that day, he was complaining about every single bone in his body hurting. When we got there, they put him in a neck brace. They laid him on a table. They wouldn't let him move. They took him for CAT scans and MRIs. And being 8 months pregnant, all I could think about was the worst possible outcome. That I would have to raise 2 kids on a farm with a husband who is paralyzed. But thankfully, as you can see, it wasn't that bad. But isn't that just kind of how we do things sometimes? Our brains rush to the worst possible scenarios so that we can cope with whatever actually happens. It was in this time of our life that we took a good, hard look at the way we were living life. 2 years ago, we went to church. We loved Jesus. I really loved Jesus. Our marriage was okay. But when we had the time to spend literally 6 months together, nonstop, we realized that we needed to make a change. We needed to work on our priorities, and we needed to make moments like this something that happened all the time. Because we didn't want it to be our kids turned 18 and we couldn't think of a time when we had the best time ever. So now, we play outside as a family. We hang out. We do things together. Jacob and I started really seriously working on building a great foundation for our marriage. We work on having tons of family time together. We say no to things that people invite us to do so that we don't miss out on precious moments with our young children. I quit a job. I quit an amazing job that I had so that I could be present for these moments. 2 years ago, I never had time to sit with my family at 7:30 at night and just play and be outside and enjoy each other's company because I was too busy working my own business. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a blast, but I put my business before my family. And after Jacob's accident, that changed. It changed everything. We're more intentional, and we love each other more than ever. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you're coming along on this journey of intentionality that my family has chosen, of growing my relationship with Christ, of vulnerability that I'm working on. Thank you so much for choosing to do this with me. I would love it and be honored if you subscribe to my channel. It's a really good way for me to just kind of keep track of who's who and who's hanging out with us every week. I do have a blog. The link for it is down in the description below. And I hope you'll see us again next week. Bye, friend.